hospital team members and friends from the media. Thanks for coming to see this special case. For me, this is a very proud moment that we have done India's first living donor intestine transplant in an international recipient patient. This patient has come all the way from Kazakhstan. 9-year-old boy. They came all the way to India from Kazakhstan because they came to know about intestine transplants being done in India, and that also in Mumbai. So this is a proud moment to know that our program is known not just across in India but across the world. Also, this is India's first. We have mentioned here pediatric, but this is what I come to know is not a single recipient, international recipient. This is the first one, not also for pediatric as well as for adults. I also know, talking to the team here, that this is India's first living donor intestine transplant with a Sentinel Graft. Now, Dr. Gaurav Chaubal would be the right person to answer or explain to you what is a Sentinel Graft, what are the reasons for doing it, why it was done, and what is so special about this case, and what help it will help the clinicians, whether the surgeons or the immunology team, to monitor this case. And this is an all-round team of not just the hepato, HPP and liver transplant pancreas and intestine transplant team, but also where a plastic surgical team of Dr. Neewz+VIEWS has been involved in doing this major transplant for us. I'm also informed that while this is India's first on an international recipient, this is also Mumbai's first successful living donor intestine transplant. So also we are very proud that we have been able to give this special surgical clinical excellence to this country. I would also like to say happily that we have been leading in liver transplants and transplantation across in multi-organ transplants in this country. But for us, intestine transplants is at a stage which is very nascent today. It's at a growing stage. Maybe 10 years back, liver transplants was at this stage. A decade back, when very few numbers were done across the country, and today also when I know that intestine transplants across India, till date done only 24 across India, and out of which only 4 are living donor. I'm proud to say that last year, in the year 2022, only 3 intestine transplants were done across the country. All 3 were done by Dr. Gaurav Chaubal and team at our hospital in Mumbai. So maybe the only active program today for intestine transplants, but I am sure 5 years down the line, not a decade now, but I think 5 years down the line, many other hospitals, many other countries would start this program, and this would only be a big boon to patients worldwide who were looking forward to access in healthcare. I also would like to highlight and bring a special point here. I recently attended a meeting at Delhi where the Union government and there is a Prime Minister's mission which is talking about Heal in India and Heal by India. Heal in India is a program that the government of India has launched to ensure that patients from across the world get access to the medical care and the expertise and the skills of Indian doctors. And the government of India is promoting this Heal in India program to ensure that patients across who do not have access of care or do not have the skills or the expertise of clinicians which is available in India, to bring them to India. And this is one special example for us where we have been able to get a patient from abroad. Both the donor as well as the recipient was from a neighboring country who came down to India hearing about our program. And this is one step forward for us in this mission of Heal in India. The other thing is Heal by India, where as you are aware, the government is also promoting Indian doctors, because as you know, worldwide across, whether you go to the US or developed countries in the UK or Australia, you find Indian doctors everywhere. The Heal by India mode is where instead of the Indian doctor going there and working there, the government of India is saying Indian doctors are available for you. If you have a case there in abroad, the Indian doctor and the Indian team is ready to fly abroad, do the surgery and come back. So not just the patient has to travel sometimes, the Indian team is also ready to go abroad. So the government of India is promoting this Heal by India and Heal in India on a large scale. Again, last year, March, a year back, Dr. Gaurav was the Indian doctor who did Singapore's first intestine transplant there, a living donor intestine transplant in Singapore, which for us was a proud moment, because Singapore is considered a developed country. Singapore is considered a country where most of the medical advances happen much before any other country. And an Indian doctor was requested, and he went there to do a living donor intestine transplant in Singapore. It was their first at that time. And I also know that a lot of many other inquiries have come from various other countries for the intestine transplant program, which is now growing not just in India but more at Global Hospitals Mumbai. I would now say thanks for all of you for covering this event, and we look forward to doing and growing this program to a much bigger level as we take this transplantation challenges across. Thanks, everyone.